I am back after taking a 2-week break from Zepbound, which was not intentional, but there is lots to share and updates on measurements and weight. So if you're interested, keep on watching. Hi, everyone. First and foremost, happy New Year. If you're not watching this at the beginning of 2026, then hello and welcome. Guys, I want to give you guys a big hug. This is me giving you a big virtual hug. I missed you so much. I took a 2-week break from Zepbound, which was not intentional. I said that at the beginning. And I want to tell you all about it. There are a few things that has happened within the last few weeks. Some things I'm not really going to share and get into at this moment. I'm not sure if I'm ready to discuss that or if I will be ready to discuss that anytime soon. But I have rested, I have recuperated. This video is gonna run long, so grab your popcorn, grab your snacks, your protein, whatever it is that you want. But if you are willing to stick through till the end, I will share a little bit more about my last few weeks and talk to you a little bit about that without getting into the nitty gritty too much, but giving you a little bit of what has been going on with me. But before I get into all of that, I am starting month 5. Yes, month 5 on Zepbound. So this is my first shot that I am taking since 2 weeks ago. So the last video that I uploaded, which was right before Christmas, well, I uploaded it last week, but I filmed it right before Christmas. I believe it was the 19th. I had filmed that video. That was the last shot of my box that I took. And I am now starting month 5, and I am on 5 milligrams. Guys, before we get into all of this, I want to thank you all for being so patient with me. Thank you so much for waiting it out. I apologize for not getting some uploads out. Like I said, I will discuss that a little bit later, but I want to welcome my new subscribers and welcome my existing subscribers. You guys mean the world to me. So I am so happy to be here. Listen, I did my hair and makeup today, guys. I needed to come back in 2026 feeling stronger, feeling better, feeling improved. And that's what this year is going to be about. It is going to be about improving ourselves. It's going to be about motivation, encouragement, and pushing towards our goals. So if you are down for that ride and you are not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. And I love it when you guys comment. Guys, I also accomplished answering all my comments last night. So I am proud of myself that I got that done. I am so focused this year, or I've kicked off feeling very focused this year, and I've taken the rest that I've needed to ramp back up. So thank you again so much for being here. Let's get into this shot because I feel like I keep on saying I'm going to get into it and I'm not. So I am kicking off. I've already left it out and we are going to inject this bad boy. So I am going to put her around here. We're going to go back in the stomach, guys. And honestly, it hasn't been bad. So the very last shot that I injected from that video of my last video, and I don't even think I showed it, but I did inject myself. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the side effects from that last shot. Oh, it's been 2 weeks, guys. 2 weeks, and I didn't feel a thing. So we are good here. All right. Let's get into, let me just wipe that down. Let's get into the side effects from my last shot. So right before Christmas, I took my last shot from the box, and that entire week, I believe it was the entire week, dry mouth the entire week. Like no matter how much water I drank, my gums felt so dry. Like I was just, all right. I look like Mr. Ed. Lots of dryness in my gums, and I was hydrating because I felt so dry. I felt like I wanted to intake more water. So that was that week. Other than that, I really didn't experience much right after taking my 19th shot, or it is my 19th shot or my 20th shot. I can't even keep track anymore, guys. Like I lost I feel like I lost myself within the last 2 weeks, and I am finally regaining control. But that was it. In terms of side effects, that's all that I recall was just the dry mouth the entire week. I wasn't feeling any other side effects. Like I told you, I believe in a previous video, probably even in the last video, when I eat well and take my protein the day of the shot. So, like today, guys, I went to Costco and bought myself another pack of the Nuri shakes. They were on sale for $14.99, and they carry them in vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate. I like the vanilla, but this alone has 30 grams of protein. And after this, I'm gonna have myself some eggs, some turkey bacon. When I start off like that, the day of the shot, and I do eat well and high protein, the side effects are way less. And that's something that a lot of people have commented and have told me, and staying hydrated, which is very important, which I am also happy to tell you guys that I am going to start juicing again. I haven't juiced like consistently for a very long time. I used to drink my greens in the morning, and it was like the best thing. I love greens. So I bought all my stuff. I am going to try to start filming that and working on my nutrition. It's funny because somebody had commented in one of my old videos, like, all you do is talk about food and restaurants. She said, you're surely gonna regain the weight back after you get off of Zepbound. And she's not wrong. Like I wasn't angry at it, because that is the reality, right? Like that is my reality. Like I know that I enjoy food. I know that I sometimes get these cravings, but I will tell you that during the 2 weeks that I have been off of Zepbound, my cravings weren't that crazy, which was um it was odd for me because I can eat a lot, and I haven't been, I mean, I wasn't completely controlled either, and it was the holidays, so I already know how much I weigh. I actually weighed myself 2 days ago because I thought I was going to film, and then I said, well, that's just ridiculous to just film now and then another 2 days from now. So I had weighed myself, which I will insert during the weigh-in portion. But then I weighed myself again today, and I am not shocked at my results. So I am going to plug that in, and let's do measurements so I can get into that as well. And then we're going to go into the explanation of things. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit all over the place, I feel like today. But there's just so much that I want to tell you, but I want to continue with the structure of the videos. So let's jump into measurements. All right, guys. So we are going to get into measurements. This is something that I have not done recently. So we will look at this together and figure out where I am with my measurements. Like I said, the weigh-in, I already kind of pretty much know as I did it at first, because sometimes I do the weigh-in if I want to drink coffee, the protein, like I don't want it to affect my weight. So I filmed the weigh-in first. So I already know where I am in weight, but let's find out where I am with my measurements. So let's start that off. And then after I finish the measurement and weight, we'll get into all of the details where I'll explain where I am and show you my measurements from the last time that I measured. So let's go into, I like to start around the waist. I'm going to bring this down a little bit, and we will do that. All right. So I am releasing the belly. Okay. The intention is never to squeeze the belly while I am the waist while I am measuring, because I want an accurate measurement. I'm doing the check mark to register it. See, I listened. One of my subscribers told me how to do that, and I did. I'm going to take this out. I don't do the abdomen. I just do the waist. I know it's a lot of extra stuff. All right. And then we are going to do the hip. And making sure that I'm getting the right measurement here. Check. All right, we're gonna go now to the thigh. I believe this is the left thigh. All right, 22.99 for the left thigh. And we're gonna come out and do the right thigh. Whippa. Okay, I need balance. What's going on with me? All right. All right, here we go. Right thigh. Can't even see. 22.95. I'm not doing the calf. We are going to do the left bicep. That we will do. Left bicep. Whoopsie. Better que. There we go. All right. I always notice that, oh, it jumped out again. Stop that. I always notice that on camera, it kind of looks weird where I measure my arm, but I promise you it's in the middle of my bicep. Like, this is the middle. I have short, like, yeah. But this is like the middle of it. So, yeah. And 13.85. We are now going to go to the right. All right. And that is making sure I got it right there. I feel like it could still go. It's not squeezing. You could see it right there. The middle. All right, there we go. 14.25. All right, confirm. Whoops, I did the chest by accident. And that wasn't my intention. But we will revise the chest because that is my next measurement. All right. Now I do it right across the boobs, the boobage area. Okay. And that is 37.51. I am, oh no. Did I mess up the waist? I sure did. How did I do that? I wish there was like an undo button, but there isn't. the waist, I'm gonna have to do one more time. Oh, I messed up the waist, so now I got to do it all over again. All right, this is too much. I'm showing too much. Okay. Waist, right here. All right. Before I mess this up anymore, let me just save it. All right, it is weigh-in time. It has been a minute. My last weigh-in was 153.8. And now, let's go for it. Oh, it's cold. All right, let's see where we are today. Ugh. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. I almost nearly butchered the measurements, but we got through them. I'm going to go first through the weight. So, as you guys can see, I am weighing now at 156. However, 2 days ago, or about, 3 days ago, I weighed myself in. So, let's do the weight comparison report. You know, I like to go into that. So, I weighed myself 3 days ago and I was at 154.8. So somewhere within the 3 days, I gained 1.2 pounds. Okay, so December 18th was my last weigh-in. It was also the last time I took my shot, and I was weighing in at 153.8 pounds. So I have not weighed myself since December 18th, which I was weighing 153.6, it said. I can't even remember. But then when I weighed myself on January 5th, I was weighing in at 154.8. And today again on January 8th at 156 pounds. So it shows that now I have gained 1.2 pounds. So if I am doing a total weight gain from the last time I had weighed myself in and the last time I gave myself the shot, which was December 18th, my total weight gain from December 18th to now is 2.2. I weighed myself earlier this week and it showed I was at 154.8 pounds, but I am now at 156 I'm at 156 pounds. I will say that I am probably close to getting my period. So that also can reflect the weight gain. And if you guys have been with me for quite some time, you've noticed that every single time I'm about to get my period, I do have that kind of weight gain. So I am not shocked. I'm also not upset. I have not taken a shot since the 18th. And if I'm going off of the fact that I am now restarting this shot after being off for a couple of weeks, I've only gained 1.2 pounds. That is not terrible. And if I am getting my period, then it's not bad at all. It just means that, you know, I always gain this weight around this time and I pretty much know what it is. But in terms of the weight gain, I don't feel like it is due to me eating a lot of food. So I really do think this might be period related, because I am telling you, even not being on the shot, like I have not felt as hungry. And there might be a few contributing factors to that, which I will share in a little bit. But let's go through this comparison report. So it says that I've gained 1.2 pounds. My BMI is up by 0.2. Body fat percentage is 0.2%. Body fat mass 0.8 pounds. Muscle percentage is down 0.3%. Muscle mass is up by 0.2 pounds. So those are, like I said, the things that I like to take in. It says protein mass is up by 2 pounds. My body water percentage is down by 0.2%. So I probably need a little bit more hydration. But anyway, I am not upset with the fact that I have gained 1.2 pounds since my last shot was on December 18th. I am resuming and I am back on 5 milligrams. So I listened to everything that you guys said in my previous video when I had said I didn't know whether or not I was going to move up to 7.5. And many of you, and I believe I mentioned this in my last video as well, many of you told me that I should stay on 5 milligrams. And I fully agree. Because I have been losing weight, there really is no reason for me to up my dosage to 7.5. For those of you who have been asking me, I am 5'2". I might look a little taller. Everybody always thinks for some reason that I'm taller. I'm not. I am 5'2". I'm a wee little girl, 5'2", and I started this journey at 178 pounds. Or 177.8 pounds, I should say, if I'm not mistaken, which almost felt like a lifetime ago, but also felt like just yesterday. I started this journey on July 31st, 2025. So 5 months in, let's talk about the complete and total weight loss. Since the beginning of my journey, where I started at 177.8 pounds, I have lost 21.8 pounds. And it's funny because I think at the beginning of my 4th month video, I was around this same weight. And because of a little bit of my setback and probably a little bit of me about to get my period, I think that I've lost more than this. But again, I am not upset about it. I am very close to goal weight. My goal weight, my first goal weight, was 150. And I have been contemplating, even when I was weighing in at 153 pounds and was nearly 3 pounds away from my goal weight, whether or not I was going to stay on Zepbound. And the answer is yes, I am going to stay on. I'm going to see if I can reach to a new goal. And the new goal for now is going to be 145 to see how I am doing at that weight. I am feeling like my face is a lot skinnier. And I don't know if that works in my favor. Like right now, I think it's okay. I just don't want it to get too skinny and I look sickly. Around Christmas time, I was feeling a little bit off. A little bit after Christmas, I should say. And I kept on looking at myself and I was just like, something is off. Something is off. And I'm not sure if it is due to what I was experiencing at that time, or if it's just that I'm getting skinny and I feel like I'm getting a little more hollow. So those are things for me to consider as well as I am losing weight. But I will say that I will aim to have a dosage where I'm maintaining. So once I am not off Zepbound, but once I've reached my goal weight, I do want to talk to my provider about keeping me at a maintenance dosage, because if I have been off of Zepbound for 2 weeks, and somebody at some point told me like the injections kind of last in your system for a month. So that's probably why I wasn't as hungry the last 2 weeks. But I could tell that my appetite was up a little bit more, right? And I could eat a little bit more. But I chose also to eat less even when I knew I could eat more. So kind of proud of myself for that one. I think that this medication really does teach you about portion control, because you know what more or less you should be eating to kind of lose that weight. And so when I could have eaten more, I didn't, and I'm kind of happy about that. So I am just looking for a maintenance dosage after I reach my goal weight. And this year, I am playing 0 games. We are getting back into working out. Like I said, I am getting back into juicing. I loved juicing when I was working out a few years back. And this year, I've said it before, is going to be the new improved me. Not the new me, but the improved me. And that's what I want to work towards this year. 2026 is going to be a year of discipline. And that's really what I want to focus on. I don't want to say resolution. I just know I want to work on discipline discipline in my spiritual life, discipline in my physical life. I want to work on those things because even being off of the medication, I think it's important to have discipline in my life. And experiencing what I experienced a few weeks ago, it just kind of taught me a few things. And I guess this is like the time now to kind of discuss that. A great segue into discussing what has been going on with me for the last few weeks. So, quite honestly, I was being overworked, and not in the sense of the channel. I was working nonstop. I was not taking breaks. I was working morning early and throughout the day, and came home and was still working, sometimes into the middle of the night. And it took a toll on me. I've never experienced burnout this quickly before, but I hit hard like for 3 weeks straight, working late, trying to catch up to what seemed like I could never catch up to, almost like I was just kind of being set up for failure. Because it was just kind of like a never ending, never gonna get there kind of thing. And I burned myself out. And with burning myself out, I depleted myself of any kind of energy that I had. When I tell you that it felt like I was losing myself, it kind of gets me angry, that I allowed it to happen to me, because no matter what, I give 100% at everything that I do, but it should never be at the cost of losing who I am as a person, who I am spiritually with God. I should never compromise my time with God, to prioritize other things in my life. I should not ever prioritize work or even this channel over God. And again, it wasn't due to this channel. That wasn't the case. But I overworked myself to the point of burnout, and that was not okay. I felt so not me. You see me today, and I am very energetic. I am happy. This is who I am. And I lost that in the last few weeks. The one beautiful thing that happened during the holidays was that I did have my daughter and her husband here with me, my oldest son. My whole family was here with me during the holidays, my granddaughter. And that brought me so much peace and happiness. And being able to spend that time with them was amazing. So I am so grateful for that. And I am grateful for rest and peace. So I am rebuilding all of that as we are going into 2026. I needed a moment to just reset and connect back with God, connect back with myself, and now connect back with you guys. And I love to be here. I love to do these videos, and I want to continue to do these videos and more. So I want to dedicate more time into that, and also just dedicate more time spending with God and praying and reading my Bible and getting back into it, because I should never again let anything else take away those things from me. So, with that being said, I am going to be working on trying to do a few meal videos. See see how that goes. The first one that I release, again, I try to bring you everything as it happens. I don't like to make things up. I don't want to act like I have this perfect, nutritious life that I do not have. The weight that I have lost has been purely because I've just been doing pretty much the same things that I do. Just I pretty much eat the same things that I eat. It's just been less. Can I do better in the nutrition area? Absolutely. And that's what I want to work on. And I want to get back into my juicing, and I want to really dedicate that time into strength training. So that's going to also be top priority for me. But I am prioritizing myself this year, aside from God, because God is always the priority. But I am prioritizing myself, my self care. So if you guys want to join me for that as well, I welcome you to join me on this self care, self healing kind of journey. I am I love being here for you guys, and I love to encourage you to do the same. This is not easy by any means. I've said this before. Weight loss is not easy for anyone. I understand that my body is a mid-sized body. Like, I wasn't a very big person coming into this journey. I was big for me, my height, my weight. I was over where I should be. And that was also driving other things inside me. And I felt like I let myself down last year, right? And I'm not going to let that happen this year. And I closed out the year with a little bit more clarity. And I think that what God does is always a blessing in disguise. He knows what he does and why he does it. And so I never take that for granted. I am in a place right where I feel happiness and peace and a little bit more clarity. So I am praying that that is the way that 2026 finds you as well. And if you do not have those things yet, then we are going to work on achieving it. All right, guys. I feel like there are other things that I want to discuss. I do want to show you the side-by-side pictures of where I started in my journey. So we will take you back to July 31st, 2025, when I took these pictures. And I am going to show you a side-by-side of where I am now. January 2026. And again, if you are watching this after January 2026, I am probably in another part of my journey, maybe a few weeks ahead or a few months ahead. But I invite and encourage you guys to stay the course, continue going and pushing through, because I promise you it is worth it. Guys, before I show you the side by sides, I felt really good for New Year's Eve. I had tried on several dresses. I'll probably put them around here. I was so late to the game on ordering my dress for New Year's Eve. And when I finally did, I was like, well, let me order like 4 or 5 of them and see which one fits. I would say that I had two favorites, and they were the gold ones. The blue one was actually really nice too, but I only took a picture of that. I didn't get to video it. But I had the gold one where is what I really wanted to wear, but there was one that looks better than the other one. To my surprise, those dresses, some of them were actually big on me, and they were a size medium, and I've been a size medium forever. So the small probably would have fit a little bit better. But the one gold dress that I actually wore for New Year's Eve was the one. It fit beautifully. And I think that what elevated it more was the shapewear that I wore. So I will include that shapewear in my description box below, because I'm not sure if I've talked about it before, but I love this shapewear. It just kind of smooths me out, because where you see me in that picture looking nice and snatched up, I promise you, we are not fully there yet. And I also started wearing my faja with the hooks. So I was wearing that. I've been doing my machine. So I'm trying to work on the contouring of my waist and everything else. But that shapewear was where it's at. Like, that is what I wore underneath the dress to kind of smooth me up and lift me and do all of the things. So I will include that as well. But yeah, guys, here are my side-by-side pictures. This is how far I've come. I've seen so many of you guys in the comments talking about your weight loss journey and your improvements and your progress. And I am so proud of everyone that has been sticking with it. Whether you see the progress or whether you don't, you're still sticking through it. And that just means that just shows perseverance, and I congratulate you for that. So keep on going, stay the course. You girls are phenomenal, and thank you so much for being here. Before I go, I want to say a special prayer for my community. And that is how I want to wrap up this first video of 2026. So allow me to pray for you. Dear God, we thank you for this wonderful, beautiful day that you have given us, another day to praise your name and give you thanks for all of the wonderful things that you do in our life, for the things that you give and the things that you take away, because you have a plan and purpose for every single thing. God, I present to you each and every person who is watching this video, who needs motivation, who needs encouragement, who just needs you in their life present. God, may you touch them in a very special way, touch their hearts, touch their minds, God. May this year be a year where we can discipline ourselves and our bodies, God. May you be with us every step of the way. May you be our strength and light up our paths, God. I thank you for each and every subscriber. I thank you for each and every person who is here on this platform. Give them strength, God. Give them peace and give them joy. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen. Guys, I pray that God blesses you in new and amazing ways each and every single day. Take care.